Hi. I would like to tell you an example of the dynamics in a narcissistic family. It can be good to understand what is actually going on, and it can be very complex, and there can be many layers in the interaction in a narcissistic family. But I'll try to make it so easily accessible as I can. We have a narcissistic father, and he has 5 kids with 4 different women. 3 of the kids are with him every other weekend. 1 girl and 2 boys. It's a boy of 5 years and a girl of 7 years and a boy of 9 years. And they are sitting at the table eating breakfast. They are having white bread with jam and butter. And the girl says to her father, I would like to have a piece of bread with just butter, no jam. And the narcissistic father says, well, you can't have that. You have to have a piece of bread with butter and jam before you have a piece of bread with butter only. This, of course, does not make sense in any universe. The reason he does this is a power play. He doesn't know this. He doesn't know that this is about power, but it is. In him, it's important to position himself as the ruler who can make decisions for all the other family members, even if they don't make sense. So he insists. So this girl she is a wonderful mother who has been working vigilantly with her own personal issues after she left him when the girl was only 1 year old. She is my client, and I have permission to tell this story. I've changed a few things, so it's not obvious who it is. But she has told her daughter that the daughter should not just accept if she's told that there's something she cannot have, or she's told to do something that's not good for her. So in a loving voice, she has told her daughter to tell her father why she doesn't want the jam. So the daughter is sitting there at the breakfast table, and dad says, no, you have to have a piece of white bread with butter and jam before you can have just bread with butter. And the girl says, well, I don't like your jam because you have the jam that has berries in it, and I don't like the berries. I like the jam that is without any berries, and that's the jam that I want, but you don't have that, and I don't like the jam that you have. And the father says, this is of course totally unacceptable for a narcissist to be contradicted in that way, and especially by a little girl of 7 years. So he says to her, what, you like baby jam? And then he looks at the 2 boys, and he looks at them, and he talks to them, and he says, have you heard? Your sister wants baby jam. And see, the important thing here is not only what he says when he's mocking her, but that he makes it very clear that, first of all, baby jam is the jam she's talking about. And baby is something bad. Even though baby, it's not a bad thing to be a baby. It's a beautiful, wonderful thing to be a little innocent baby. It shouldn't be a cuss word in any universe to be a baby. So he's calling it baby jam. And of course, this is also what the narcissist does. He creates the alliances that he wants. And a narcissist demands total and unwavering loyalty from his children, from everyone around him. So it is implied that he now wants those 2 boys to also mock the girl for wanting to eat baby jam. So they turn to her and they say, you want baby jam, you want baby jam. Now you have a grown man and two brothers mocking a little girl of 7 years because she wants a different kind of jam. This is a very typical situation in a narcissistic family, unfortunately. This is what you see, that the narcissist makes members gang up on each other. This teaches the girl that she has to give up on her own needs. She has to not set boundaries. She has to be invisible and not say what she wants or what is inside of her. And also it makes her feel wrong and ashamed for wanting something that is clearly very shameful, baby jam. So of course this girl, she eats the jam he's got, and when she comes home to her mother after this weekend, she tells her mother about this story. And the reaction we want from the mother here is, and this is very important, is to not talk about the bullying of the narcissist, and not talk about the narcissist, not talk about the brothers, not talk about that, but hold on to the fact that it is the girl that is important here. Yeah, it is a little girl of 7 years who should be allowed to have an opinion on jam without being bullied by her father and brothers. So the mother says to the girl, I am so sorry that you were bullied because you want a different kind of marmalade or jam. I just want to tell you that of course you are allowed to like any kind of jam you want. And also it's not a bad thing to be a baby. Someone obviously misunderstood what it means to be a baby, because it's beautiful to be a baby. You're not a baby, but even if you were a baby, that would be wonderful. So you're allowed to like any jam you want. Oh, that reminds me, I think I have some jam in the fridge. Would you like a piece of bread with jam? What the mother does here is she deflects, she diverts the attention after having confirmed with the girl that the girl is totally allowed to have her opinion and be who she is, and then she deflects and diverts the attention to something else, the jam, thereby supporting the fact that this kind of jam is of course okay. So this is one way of handling it. And the thing with a narcissist is that a narcissistic parent will use dynamics like this, shaming their children, shaming their close ones, into stop speaking their mind, stop speaking about what is inside them, or having an opinion, or setting boundaries. They do this in all kinds of sneaky ways. This is just a tiny example, and it's probably one of 1,000 examples that goes on in this family. There is no other grown-up there to correct him or defend the children in that situation, because he is divorced from all the 4 mothers. So there's no one to defend the children. They are alone with him. And of course you cannot blame the brothers for bullying her. If another grown-up was there, that grown-up could have said something. But you cannot afterwards blame the brothers for bullying, because the narcissistic parent demands 150% loyalty. So it doesn't make sense to blame the boys. You would talk to them about it, but you would talk to them with love. I just want to tell you that, of course, your sister is allowed to like whatever kind of jam she wants, and so are you. You are allowed to like any kind of jam that you want, and you are also allowed to not like jam at all, if that's the case. So you would want to have the focus on the child and enforce them in healthy behavior and support healthy behavior, instead of talking about the wrong behavior, because you will get nowhere with that. then you will just create a conflict inside the child that will make the child have a hard time deciding where to put its loyalty. So I hope that this example gives you an image of what it's like to have an unhealthy, toxic situation with a narcissistic parent, and also how to handle it. If you have questions, please let me know. I will be happy to answer them, and take good care of you and also your children. You are allowed to like whatever you want, of course. Bye.